Hey there, welcome to Avian Games. My name's Jack.
You really weren't sure about who your name was.
I was thinking maybe I should start off some way different, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna say my name. I'll just say it. Proud. I'm proud to be
Do it.
Jack. That's Chris. If you
True.
didn't pick up
I'm Chris.
already.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. That's
yeah.
me.
And today we're talking a little bit about how awful the Yu-Gi-Oh community is. I said it. It's terrible. And if you didn't realize it, you're dumb because I don't know. I cannot stand how just like rude and toxic everyone is. Like I really
Yeah.
don't appreciate like playing people in Yu-Gi-Oh, and it's actually kind of like deterred me from wanting to go to locals and going to like big events because of kind of the community around it.
Mm. Yeah. I feel like there's very select people like in the YouTube community that are like cool and everyone likes them and they're nice and everything like that. But like when you actually go to some events or something like that, it just sucks dick. It's the worst. Or
Yeah,
anytime you deal with somebody like online or on Reddit or on some forum or like whatever, there's always people are always weird and
it's like playing League of
you guys suck.
Legends and Overwatch, but like in person.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating because like
Figure shit out.
one of the times that I always think of in my head is Chris and I went to a locals. It was probably like one of our, I can't remember if it was our first or second time we went, and we weren't like super familiar with like the local style. Maybe I think Chris had gone maybe more than he had already gone. Maybe it was my first or second time going, and I remember him playing, and he was playing. Was it Crystron or what were you playing? That I'm talking about the Call by the Grave thing.
Yeah, it was Chris John.
Yeah, so Chris was playing Crystron. This is our early days of playing, and it's not like we didn't know the rules, but we weren't like super invested in like meta stuff. And we were in college, and we weren't like buying brand new meta decks off the right out of the packs. But anyways, the point is, I remember Chris playing someone, and he was taking a little bit of time to think about what he was gonna do, and there was the there was the time restriction thing.
Oh,
Oh, I think I'm mixing two stories, but the other
you
story,
are.
yeah,
You're thinking of Cubic.
that was
Is
the
mine.
cubics. I mean, both the stories apply. I mean, both of the community were bad, but
Yeah, true.
the story I should be telling is the one with the Call by the Grave, where it was kind of a newer card. It wasn't like super old.
Yeah, it was hold on. I'm trying to find the Crystron card I was using. But basically what happened is I like activated an effect and it was like a like blank and then do blank effect. And he let the first half of it resolve and then he like yelled to the person who like quote unquote knew the most, who wasn't a judge, and they just were like, "Oh yeah, I can call by the grave even though he's already started the effect, right?" And they were like, "Yup." And then they got called by the grave and I lost. And that was Crystron versus Sky Strikers. That Sky Striker player had to fucking cheat out a win against Chrystrons. And that was like height Sky Striker format too. That was like toss fucking Thunderstrike or Sky Striker Thunder Dragon
Yeah,
Orcus bullshit.
I wish whoever listens to this was in the car with me and the one other person we went with, Chris in the back seat, just like fuming. He was looking up the card ruling. He was like, "No, no, no, no! This is absolutely false." I didn't actually get to see a lot of the game, but Chris was. I saw it like I think just the general gist of what was going on. That there was a disagreement and whatnot, and Chris was like, "Oh, okay." I mean, because you got a bunch of people like yelling at you basically that you're wrong, that like you're probably just gonna go with it. I mean, like, what else are you gonna do? Say no, refute the game?
Yeah. Well, the problem with that one was like I was like that isn't how that works, and they were like, okay, let's ask somebody else, and then they just asked another friend of theirs. So it was like three friends being like, oh yeah, no, that's how that works.
And
Yep.
like,
And I was like, what? This is bullshit. No.
and I feel like the first reaction here is like, well, you should have like maybe it was Chris's fault because he didn't get an actual judge. And to be honest, I don't even remember there being a judge. And this was like I said, this was like one of our first
There isn't
times
one, yeah.
really going to a locals, and like to not really, I don't remember ever going like, oh, I need to call a judge over. Now I know better, and like I if I have a problem, I should just call an official over, or call like an actual person that was doing it. But at the
Mhm.
same time, like if someone's trying to get into the game, how are you possibly going to like get them interested if you're just going to yell at them when they screw up one card effect? If they even screwed it up, they didn't. Chris didn't even do the wrong effect, but still just got yelled at. Like,
Yeah, and cheated out of rulings.
furious. I mean, and then the other time, I'll quickly explain this and then let you get to your one of some of your points. But the other time, Chris was oh, that one was a time thing. So I mean, Chris, I will say, Chris isn't the super fast. He's not like speeding through his plays. He takes a second to think about what is the most optimal play, and he wasn't being egregious, but they were in game three, and he was taking a second to think about his play. And it's like one of those things where I'm sure Chris would have probably been like fine with if he knew he was going to lose in the situation and like time was up. He probably would have been like, yeah, you know, you're right here. But like Chris was taking a second to think about what he was going to do, and I think you just like I don't know, I can't remember what you ended up doing for your turn, but the guy was just getting upset with you because you were taking too long, even though it was game three with like 30 seconds left, and he's like wants you to rush so he can get like an attack off.
Yeah. Some bullshit. Yeah, that was a that one was also that one was cubic. And my opponent was playing fucking Phantasm Spiral. And the problem that was taking time was I had to remember or I had to figure out how to play out skill drain while they had like that field spell up that like every time you summon a card, they get a like a 2000 attack token or something like that. So like I was negated and he was getting out tokens and I like actually was thinking of a thing and he was like, dude, come the fuck on. Let's go. Come on.
And exactly, like maybe don't like if you're gonna play like a basic like stunned whatchamacallit jank deck, that his deck was like super annoying. I remember it being like negates and just like sat there like sit there and wait until you do stuff.
Floodgates.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
floodgates, and he waiting to game three to win this thing. And there's only 30 seconds left, and he's telling you to hurry up, and you have to think about how to play through like your three floodgates. Like, fuck off! Like, come on. And there's like I don't know. I feel like that's a problem with the community. I know he wants to win equally as badly as Chris does, but like you don't have to be a jerk about it. He was like all in his
Mhm.
face, and then I remember afterwards, like they didn't realize I was Chris's friend, and I had to play a guy next to him the next game, and yeah, I remember him shit talking Chris for like even thinking taking extra time, like and this was a these were two separate locals. These were two different ones that we went to in our area,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's not like this was the
They're
same
also like
place.
the only two in our like general area. Like we have to like leave the like this like group of towns to go to another one. You know what I mean?
And I
Like
mean, that
yeah.
was another point that I was going to make is like another reason why Yu-Gi-Oh isn't that good. The community kind of stinks because I feel like you can't get a lot of vendors, and maybe there's another just local issue thing, but like we live in New England, and I mean the nearest one for me to go to would probably be, or the closest one for me to go to is like a half hour, but those are some of these ones we're talking about, and
Mhm.
like ones that we probably would want to go are what, an hour and a half, hour,
Yeah, probably something around there.
which I guess maybe we should just be making the commute to that, but like I feel like it shouldn't be that hard to have like a local one in the state of New Hampshire. Like there isn't one that I could think of. The only two that I know of are those two in the state of New Hampshire, and then everywhere else that's actually like even closer to me is like no, we don't do Yu-Gi-Oh. We just do Pokemon and Magic. Yu-Gi-Oh,
Yeah.
not enough following, and I
That's
wonder
how they
why.
all do. They all just do like Pokemon Magic, it seems like.
Hmm.
But I guess those are like I mean, I don't know numbers, but like those gotta be the biggest two card games. So like it makes sense, I guess, but
Mm-hmm.
um yeah, it just sucks dick. There's like so many bad locals, just at least like in this area, and it's like such a bummer to deal with, you know.
Yeah.
But um, I also hate that this is again just like a local problem, but ours are so try hard too. Like you can't come in with like a casual deck because like you will end up facing like
I
Sword
mean,
Soul 10E or something like that if you
listen.
walk in there.
Just listen to the ones you just said. You were like, okay, we played Sky Striker at its peak meta with one of yours while you were playing Crystron, and then your other one was a Floodgate Phantasmic Spiral. Like,
Anti-meta, really.
yeah, like
Like
what is that? Like, why can't I go into a locals and just play like something fun? Like, oh man, I'm going, and I'm not. I mean, I'm playing some decent cards, but like, I swear, half of our meta or half of our locals are like people that have like all the ultimate rare versions of the best cards that exist right now. It's
mhm.
super infuriating.
Oh yeah. Sucks dick. And it's just a I get it though, like I guess they're like there should be like a meta like in the locals, you know what I mean? Like you should be able to play like your actual good deck so you can
Hmm.
practice for regionals and stuff like that, but like there should at least be like non-meta nights or like like even if it's the same night, like split it up into two groups where like half are doing meta and half are doing non-meta or something like that.
Mhm.
Just because it's like so lame to do that all the time.
Don't,
And I don't.
don't you think that it's kind of silly too that as a Yu-Gi-Oh community, there's a big like constant push of like, oh man, can't wait for the ban list. Oh man, can't wait for the ban list. Like every month, the whole community gets excited for the game to be changed by the fact that we're banning cards that have come out that you've probably spent money on. Like
Yeah.
that is, I feel like that's a
So weird.
problem.
Yeah. I always think of Magic the Gathering when I think of that because their ban list. I'm not like super positive on how it works, but like their ban list works where like their sets are like all in a theme and they get like one set per quarter type thing.
Hmm.
And then like I think it's like after a set has been printed for 3 years, or like once a card's been out for 3 years, it essentially just becomes banned. And they have other formats where like you can play like I don't remember what it is, but like legacy format or something like that. And that's like every card in the game.
Hmm.
But like the actual like modern Magic format is like every year basically you lose a third of the card pool.
Mm.
So like they can do two things with that. They get rid of all like the really good cards, so there's new cards and stuff like that. But it allows them to like never have power creep, which is all these big cards that like need to be banned in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is they're either old cards that are too strong or they're like new cards that need to compete with the old cards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like in Magic, they don't have that because like the cards that are wicked strong, they just don't have to print that card again. And the cards that like were mediocrely good, they can make new versions of those that are like a little bit different or a little bit more interesting, or they add something or take away something or
Mm.
whatever.
It blows my mind that you get like the Yu-Gi-Oh community is such a bunch of complainers, and I'm one of
Mm.
them. I won't say
Oh
fully
yeah,
Chris, but
it sucks.
I am a super complainer. I'm like, God damn it, I have to fucking face Dragoon right now. This is bullshit. This card is absolute ass. Or God damn it, they're sitting on Mystic Mine. I already have a board. What this is so stupid. I have to somehow just top deck some extra bullshit. But think about the fact that Pokemon literally can put cards to like 3 and 4, and you can there are literally cards that are just
Like
draw
endless
three,
draw cards.
draw
Yeah, oh yeah.
three. Could you
Yeah.
imagine that? I see that all the time. That it's hilarious that Pokemon has draw 3 cards with no restriction other than you can only play one that turn. And we have like Pot agreed. No, 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 no. If that was in the game, everyone would be super complaining. Like look at the
Yeah.
Max C push right now. That like Master Duel has Max C, and everyone just complains.
Yeah. It sucks dick. The problem with the Pokemon thing though is that they have like energy, you know?
Yeah,
So
just
like
like
you kind of can have
Magic.
a like a yes, yes, but like in those games, like Magic doesn't really have I mean, I'm sure they do have like a draw 5 or some crazy shit like that, but
Mm,
usually their draw spells are a little like less good, but like you could do them every turn sometimes or like it's a monster or something like that, but like
mhm.
when you have resource though, like energy or like lands or something like that, you can have cards that say like draw 3 cuz like you might not even be able to use them, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
But at least in Pokemon 2 there is also like uh you can use them in a sense you could throw them on the bench or something like that, I guess. If
Yeah,
you actually draw like, basic Pokemon or something like that, but like
it's a lot
if you
slower.
just get trainers or like evolutions, you're fucked for sure kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Well,
But
I don't know. Maybe that's like something that the game needs so that people are less toxic about it. I just like I feel like everyone that's kind of going back to the beginning, but like everyone just feels like a know-it-all. Like I'm not
yeah,
sure. We barely. I mean, we post twice a week. We post random shit, and the comments we get sometimes on some of these videos are just like as if they call us like stupid for doing like one thing wrong, or like, oh man, you clearly. One of our comments I remember was like, you guys clearly don't play Yu-Gi-Oh ever, and it's like, I've been playing for the last 5 or 6 years. I might not get every like turn, the most optimal turn always, or I might make a misplay one time here and there. But like, come on, like, as if that
yeah.
is going to be at all constructive to tell me like, oh yeah, you guys clearly don't play. How about just piss off?
It's like 2 decks they don't play. You don't know what you're
Yeah,
doing.
I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm trying
I
to.
also I remember the video that you are talking about, and I think it was also like like the whole time I think I was like fully reclined in my chair throughout the whole video.
I'm,
Like
I'm
I
just
was
trying to
like barely
relax.
I was just like playing a game, having a good time.
We're
That dude's
just
like, "You fucking idiot."
it's like, come on, what are you doing with your life that you're coming to watch us? Which is, I'm appreciative. I'm appreciative you came here and you watched my video. But at the same time, like, why do you then have to go shit on me? I'm not some like huge ass channel devoting my life to Yu-Gi-Oh. I do other things with my goddamn life. I'm sorry I don't maybe do it the best possible way. I'm just here to have some fun. Like, is that
Yeah.
is that so hard? It's a card game.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
well,
man, they're hiding behind a wall of lies.
it's a you hide behind a wall of lies. Oh God, what is that? That's like the elf scene. I can't remember what he says.
It's from the elf? I didn't even know that.
He doesn't say something like that. He says something very similar to like the impersonating Santa Claus. um, and then I mean, like,
Uh,
I feel like the biggest thing to mention. I mean, this isn't really the biggest thing, but just it makes me laugh because like how this is still a problem after all this time. I cannot even walk into our locals really without it smelling like the worst possible smell that I've ever like conjured up in my
oh,
nose. It is. I have walked in. I worked for Child Protective Services, and I've walked into goddamn the pigsties, the worst things you could possibly imagine, with feces on the ground. And it sometimes is worse to walk into these locals because people don't know how to goddamn shower.
it is crazy. Remember our locals had the last time we went, which was way long time ago, like way before COVID. Do you remember that they had like spray deodorant next to the hand soap in the bathroom?
Did they?
Yeah, they had like a can of Axe that was just open and
Oh,
out. And
great.
you could use it at free will. You could just spray.
That is like the epitome of a problem. That is so bad.
That was when I saw that. I remember that being so fucking funny.
Like, this is another point. Is I was kind of talking to Chris about this, and I was going back and forth with what, like, how to phrase this, but like the fact that this is an anime at first before it became a card game, I think is great, and it's part of the reason why I like the game so much, because I'm like, oh man, nostalgia. But at the
Mhm.
same time, I feel like it almost is bad because I feel like you get so many of these people that are like, oh, is Blue Eyes still viable in 2021? Or do I play my Dark Magician deck? Which, I mean, there are some ways to play those, but like, I don't know. And then I feel like I'm now getting toxic because I'm like, dude, how could you possibly think of this deck all the way back? Like, how could you?
It makes you toxic.
I know I'm becoming
It's,
toxic. I am what I hate.
it's so funny. I mean, the anime things, like, I agree it's not the best, and it is annoying to see those like posts or whatever. But like, the only reason I don't like it is because like the anime decks get a lot of support. You know what I mean?
Ooh,
And like
interesting.
sometimes it's just like way too pushed. I mean, that's and when I say sometimes, I'm ignoring Dark Magician and Blue Eyes right now. I'm
It's
ignoring
literally
that.
every other
That
week.
every month you get a card for Dark Magician or Blue Eyes. I
And I
swear to
swear
God.
to God, people are
But
like still are like eating it up. They're like, "Oh my God,
yep. Oh
get
yeah,
over it."
100%.
The deck can we go like a year without some sort of Dark Magician card being printed? Just a
So
year.
annoying. But like even then, like all the like I feel like anytime there's new support coming out, like you have a 50-50 chance of it being like some character's deck from one of the series or some side character,
Mm.
fucking, some shit like that.
Which,
Which sometimes it's fine, like because I think
yeah,
there are cool like Golden Castle. Like I don't really consider like I guess I didn't watch that part of the anime, but like it is an anime deck, but like they got their wave of support, and like that's how it came out. You're done. You're in and out.
yeah.
Like all the other ones are like, oh, Black Wings are on their 7th year of support.
Well, and I almost kind of want to
They got
counter your argument there, though, because it kind of annoys me when Konami half-ass does like oh yeah, let's release this archetype, or like Golden Castle, release the archetype, and there's a bunch of the cards that are even in the show that they never printed after that. So it was like, okay, this is like somewhat viable, but no one is ever gonna play it like it's supposed to because only one
yeah.
card is like somewhat decent, and the only reason people run it is to banish a bunch of shit because it's an easy
I
banish card. Like that is
guess
so
that's
annoying to
true.
me.
Well, I think that should also just be fixed, but I can see why you have that complaint. I think my statement still stands, but like
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
say
saying
what you mean.
Golden Castle should still get support, but like
They should just release
uh
the support one
there's
go. Here it
there's just such
is.
a difference between like some anime decks like Golden Castle
Mm.
and some anime decks like fucking uh, Dark Magician, Blue Eyes, or
hundred
fucking
percent.
Galaxy, anything.
But I mean, even when I started bringing that up, I was thinking about the time that we went to locals. And my first, my first duel with someone was, I don't even know what part of the anime it was, but I beat him in like 2 seconds because he clearly didn't know how to play. And this is like, and I guess this is me being toxic because this kid, I just probably wanted to have fun. But we're done with our game in like, I don't know, 10 minutes. I just OTK'd him twice. And he's like, "Can I play you with my anime deck now?" And he pulls out this custom made deck that has nothing to do with the cards. And I guess I could have said no, but I didn't want to be an asshole. And he starts like doing all these jank rules, like he can just summon ad infinitum and then all his cards are invulnerable. And I'm like, "Oh man, you win." And I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing you can really do about that, I guess. But I think that's where like it's kind of like your community is okay. I'm playing super meta or anti meta, and then the other side of the community is like, I am so like not relevant to the game right now that I'm just gonna play some random ass thing.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Alongside that too, I had a thing that happened at locals one time, which I might have told us on the channel. I don't remember, but that time I like played that like 7-year-old locals, and he also just brought like a deck of cards that he liked. And I remember like the absolute first thing he does is he was like, "Yes," and then he's like, "I summon Blue Eyes," like the
Oh
first thing, and I was
no.
like, "Oh, you can't do that." And I feel so bad, but like it was the kid's first time, and I normally like if I was just playing that kid, like if I fucking walked into a card shop and he was just sitting there wanting to play, like I would just let the kid do it. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But I have paid and I'm playing for packs.
Yeah, this is locals
So
now.
like,
We're talking
yeah,
about a
like
real duel.
I paid to do this. I'm not gonna auto lose. So I was playing Abyss Actors and I did the same thing. I just OTK'd him 2 turns in a row. And he was like, "Oh, good game." I
But
also
like,
feel I
yeah,
remember him being. I remember too. He was from Italy, so he had this like really thick accent, and his mom was only spoke Italian. And the whole time, his mom was asking what's going on, and he was just so sad the whole time.
oh,
Like in Italian, being like probably being like, "I'm losing."
your accent almost sounds like it could be like Indian.
Yeah, sure, we'll go with that. I was going for that
Yeah,
one.
okay, okay. But like then I even saying this stuff out loud, I feel like an asshole because like it should be about fun, and both those two instances, like that kid was just having fun, and that guy was just having fun and whatnot. But like, I don't know. It's not like
Well,
I guess it's
it's
not the
kind of
fun
like
I'm looking for. I don't know.
yeah, no, yeah, it's like two sides of the same coin because like it isn't fun to play against a deck or any card that's too strong.
Hmm.
But like it isn't any fun to play against a deck that's like too weak either. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like it's not fun when your opponent is just like, "Oh, I drew Exodia."
Yeah.
Like
This comparison might not make any sense to you, but like if I were to compare it, it'd be like the difference between two-hand touch, flag football, and professional football. Like two-hand touch, too easy. This is dumb. Like clearly we're playing with a
mm,
bunch of 7-year-olds. Professional football, you're going way too hard. Like I'm not gonna be able to compete because it's professional football. And then the
yeah.
like the middle ground, like flag football, it can still be competitive and like you can have a lot of fun with it. It can be difficult, but like it's not like the easiest game I've ever played on the planet.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. That makes sense. That's a good analogy.
I
Yeah, it's
just
just I don't know.
yeah, I'm just
Locals suck in general. Honestly, I would never do it, but like if I would love to like establish a locals just because like fucking there aren't any good ones around here.
oh
They like
god.
literally suck dick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it'd be so cool to have like a card shop. Like I mean
Yeah.
I've
I mean,
collected cards a
honestly,
lot.
you almost don't even need like necessarily a card shop. Like if you just had enough people
Oh, just
around you
said
to
like,
play.
hey, like here's a space. Let's all go.
Yeah, yeah. Well, remember I remember I sold that when I pulled that infinite impermanence at the
Yeah,
sneak
yeah,
peek
yeah.
and I sold it and a dude in like the town next to us bought it from eBay and just was like, "Yeah, could you just like bring it to me? I'll pay you in cash." And I was like, "Fuck yeah." And when I sold that card to him, he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm actually thinking about starting my own locals because my office lets me use the whole building after hours."
That would
And
be
he was just gonna have people like show up to his office, but he worked in this. I went to his office to drop the card off, and his office had a fucking indoor pool. They had a game
where did
room.
he
They
work?
had ping pong and pool. It was insane, dude. I was walking through the building and I was like, "This cannot be real."
I like
It was
almost cannot believe that because like I can't even
it
imagine
was awesome.
a
It
boss
was the
going like, "Yeah, you could just have a bunch of random strangers come into our office after hours." Like that
it
doesn't
was
even make
crazy.
sense.
Well, I don't think it was like one office, it was like a group office building, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So that's why it could have like shit like that because it wasn't just one business. But it was I mean, I can't really I guess I can kinda describe it. You know where the original Pressed was? Not
Original pressed.
the one that's like near the mall?
Yes. Yes.
So kind of near there. It's like behind it, but not like directly behind it. There's like a little bit of road you have to go down.
Oh.
Um there's like this huge office complex back there
I want to say I
that
know exactly what you're talking about, to be honest.
it could be. But there was like a huge complex of like I think it was like 3 or so big office buildings and I went to one of them and it was fucking awesome. It was so crazy. But the dude who wanted to do it though, because he was like, "Yeah, if we do a locals here," and like that dude went to the locals where the cubic thing happened. Do you remember that?
Oh, he was at that one.
Yeah, I ended up playing against him, and I was like, "Didn't you buy an impermanence from me like a year ago?" And he was like, "Oh yeah." But it was that dude. He was there. Um, but he was saying like, "Oh yeah, if you lose your round and like you don't want to wait around for 35 minutes, there's literally like a pool table and a ping pong table and all this shit you can do here. So like it would be the perfect place to do it." And I was like, "Please tell me if you ever do it cuz like that's like the greatest thing in the world."
um, do you mind if I change speed here a little bit?
Yeah, do it.
Because I have somewhat of a gripe with something recently, and I'm just trying. I want to make sure that I'm not like completely off balance here, or like not knowing what I'm talking about here.
Okay.
Okay, let me just check. I'm just making sure. Yes, okay. Someone explained to me why we're even making more speed duel stuff. Why I feel like they should just give up on this. I don't think it's a good idea at all. I mean I'm not,
Yeah.
and I'm not even the main, like I know I'm not who people I like, who am I to say it's good or bad? Like who cares about what I think? But like I don't see these things selling anywhere. Anytime I go to the store, this is just left over always. Like no one cares about it.
Yeah. It is weird. I don't really know why they're doing it still. Though the last box they made, the Speed Duel box, got insanely expensive. Like,
Well,
because
the
what
Battle
happens
City
now
one?
is, uh, n-
Is that not the one?
I thought it was
The
GX.
the only boxes they've made so far have been Speed Duel Battle City, Speed Duel GX Duel Academy, and Speed Duel
That one.
GX Midterm. I think
Oh
GX
well, one of the
just
GX.
comes
I
out.
don't know which. I don't know
Well,
which
this one
GX.
GX comes out 4/1/22, so it
Well,
literally comes out in a couple
the other
weeks.
GX then.
That one it doesn't come out till September of this year.
Oh, then
There
it must have
isn't
been Battle City, I guess.
the Battle City one. I'm looking right now in TCG. There's one I could buy one right now for $60, which yes is a little more expensive than probably what it came out for. I'm gonna guess it came out for what 2030. So it's
Yeah.
doubled in price, but like it's still not the most expensive thing I'm noticing, which is funny to me, is the most expensive card that you can buy for Speed Duel at this very time is the Speed Duel Tournament Pack 2 King of the Skull Servants Ultra Rare. And then next to that is
How much is it?
Fortress Whale, $136.
Wow,
And then Fortress Royale is 132. I'm a little
interesting.
surprised that those are the ones too. Like Blue Eyes comes in at third at $93, but
Huh.
I
That is
don't know.
weird.
I don't understand. Like
The
I just
speed duel
don't see
doesn't make
the
sense because like I feel like they're pushing rush duels kind of now. You know what I mean? Like they brought the game out. I'm assuming it's eventually gonna come over here. But
maybe.
like I figured I thought it was gonna be replaced with the speed duels, but like it's not apparently. So, but yeah, I don't know why they keep making that.
I'm not gonna lie. I've never even. I'm not sure about our locals. It's been a while since I've checked. But like, is there even a speed duel tournament that you can do?
I have never seen one, but again, I haven't gone to locals in a long time.
Well, yeah, especially with COVID, we haven't gone in a long time. But um, yeah, I just don't really. I don't really understand why there's another push for it. Like this is why I brought it up, because that other GX one, it was I think it was either just announced or announced really recently, and it comes out in September of this year. And I'm just thinking like, why are we wasting our time making that? Like I don't understand the point.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. The speed duel stuff's stupid.
It's
I
kind of cool concept, I guess, but I'm not a fan.
yeah, and just not for me. I get what you mean.
A way to change up
On
the
the same
game,
page.
but it's super frustrating that they're not the same. I wish it was like just a format. And like the fact that it pisses me off because I have some of my speed duel, but because I did try to play speed duel and I bought I think I bought one of the structure decks or two of the structure decks, and I accidentally mixed it with some of my cards. So sometimes I'll be looking through my cards and I'll notice that it's a speed duel card. I'm like, oh my god, that card is really good. And then I realize it's a speed duel version. I'm like, well, this fucking sucks. Like I remember,
Banned.
yeah, yeah, I have like speed duel proxies for some of the cards because no one wants to play speed duel, but everyone's like, "Oh, that card's really good in the normal game."
Yeah, yeah. I know what you mean. I have a card like that in Cleeford, I think. I just have speed duel proxies just because. And even then, the speed duel proxies are like $2 a piece.
Yeah, stupid, just
Yeah,
stupid. Like I
it
can't.
is.
Couldn't they have just released like? Couldn't it all been the same cards? They re-released them in like some, maybe even just put it in like its own rarity, like a speed duel rarity, but like it doesn't have to be speed duel
Ooh,
exclusive.
that could be
And
cool.
then just put you can still just make the skill cards. Like the skill cards could just be its own thing that you can get to play.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand, but no, they had to make it a completely different like texture to the card. Had to put the speed duel little like hollow over it, which is so annoying to me because I feel like it makes lessens the card a little bit.
Yeah, I don't like that. Speed, speed, speed,
Yeah,
speed.
so much speed. I'm on speed when I play speed duels.
This is changing subjects again, but uh, another thing that I hate about Yu-Gi-Oh players is like I feel like if a card isn't like absolutely busted good, it's shit. Like to the community, you know what I
Yes,
mean?
yes. If
Like
it's
there,
not breaking the meta, it's like, no, that card's a pile of shit. Don't use it.
yeah, and like I mean sometimes there are just shit cards, like obviously,
Hmm.
but I don't know. I feel like some of my favorite cards in decks a lot of times are like the ones that people don't run. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like those, and I feel like a lot of times those are the ones that matter the most because like if you're playing fucking I don't know some deck like Burning Abyss and like you don't no one plays a certain Burning Abyss monster and you like pull it out and then burn them for 8 or something like that. You're like, oh fuck, I lost. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like just because of like random shit like that. Granted, everyone's playing the Burning 8 fucking Burning Abyss monster, but
I feel like I sometimes see in the like our comments for profiles too. Like there was one, oh god, when we first started out, Chris, I'm sure you remember this. I think we got a little sensitive with what people were posting in comments, but one guy was going after you on how to play a deck, and
Marincess,
oh, was it Marincess? Yeah, there was some
I remember him.
Marincess profile that Chris made at the very, like one of our first profiles, and the guy just started the comments aren't there because we were childish and deleted them. We should just left them. But the guy was just going after Chris for like one card or two card he wasn't using. I'm not sure if you remember the specific details of it,
Oh,
but
I do. I remember it exactly, and I hope he's listening right now because one, he's
I was
stupid.
wasting his time listening to our podcast.
Uh, no, but his whole reasoning for that is because I ran triple Pascalis, which is like it's if you normally special summon this card, you can special summon a Marincess from hand. Okay, he was pissed off that I was running 3 of that, and because no one runs 3 of it apparently, which people do fucking when the old Marincess or when the new Marincess support wasn't announced yet. Plenty of people running that 3. It's like a very good card. And this dude, for some reason, was butthurt because somebody had topped a regional event, like only top 8 or something like that, and wasn't using Pascalis. And he literally goes, somebody just topped and they weren't using it. Like that fucking matters.
Yeah,
Who
like
gives a shit?
goddamn.
Also, I'm majority the majority reason I'm using it is because you can banish it and add the like infinite impermanence hand trap back to hand from grave.
Mm.
That's like the most of the reason I'm running it is because I just want it engraved so I can have effectively like 6 infinite impermanence just off that like one like Barensis wave card. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And that none of that dude was just so butthurt about it.
Yeah, so if you're not running it like the quote unquote best way, like it's like,
Yeah,
oh, you're a dumb piece of shit that should never play Yu-Gi-Oh again. Go die.
so stupid. And especially also that Marincess build in general has so much other stuff different to it that like I don't know why he picked that. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like no one is running. I've run triple Ghostwood or Dogwood rather
Yeah,
in that
definitely
deck.
not the best hand trap, but like it's worth running. It's fun.
Yeah. I love that card in that deck. It's like one of my favorite hand traps in that deck, and that dude didn't even comment on that.
Just I don't know.
Like,
So what people pick arguments on, but I know we should have left them up so you could actually see them if you wanted to, but they don't
no, it's
exist.
okay. I'm pretty sure he got into some bad territory. He was saying some naughty things.
He's now banned from the channel.
He's in purgatory. He went to hell.
To hell.
He died.
He's just died. I do want
Man,
to.
we said that, and I'm sure like a week from now we're gonna get a knock on the like both of our houses.
What do
We're
you
here for the
mean?
murder of
Oh my god, are you serious?
of blankety blank blank.
Stop it! I don't want to die now.
What? What?
Sounds
Why would you die?
well, because what if the cops kill me?
Jack, are you making a statement on modern America?
You heard it here, folks. Um,
And that's it. Why the Yu-Gi-Oh community's bad.
yeah, that's the reason. No, I was looking up something while I was like half paying attention, but I just wanted to because I got Chris and I were talking today about something super exciting. Chris,
Mm.
do you remember what's super exciting? If I could find it, I can't find it. I want to make sure I
Is it
read it.
is it a certain
A
a certain
certain,
certain sumo wrestler?
uh, don't.
Its its name is Suma.
Oh, is that what its name is?
Yeah.
Okay, well, anyways, there's a card called Crawler Soma.
Oh,
Suma.
Soma.
I think
Shit.
it's Soma, but so.
Shit.
Anyways, it's crawler support. Super, super mega exciting. Chris brought me crawlers a long time ago. First deck and second deck he ever bought me. Second deck, I think.
I think so.
Second
I
deck.
think Fluffle.
Fluffle was first. That was
Yeah.
second. Second deck he ever bought me. Goddamn, do I wish he had never gotten it for me because it literally sucks so much ass. And it really doesn't suck all that much. Well, it does, but like it doesn't because it's fun. Like it's cool if the person doesn't know the gimmick. But then as soon as someone figures out the gimmick and they realize like, oh, just don't do anything with card effects against them, okay, done deal. Then you're kind of in trouble. Like cuz then
Yeah.
you don't it's really not that hard to get over them. And I've tried different builds with it. I've tried the prediction princess, and that's even a little just like too predictable. And it's like, okay, you just have to deal with this one card, and then I don't have to worry about it. But now they've got Crawler Soma, and this card is fucking bananas for the deck.
Mm.
So you get 2,600 or 2,000 attack, 25 defense, 2,500 defense, level 6, Earth Insect. You can only use 1 and 2 effects of this card once per turn. First effect, you can target one face-up monster on your field, special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, change that target to face-down defense position for the rest of this turn. That target monster cannot change its battle position. So off the bat, great. You get the special summon, amazing. And you get to put one of your level 2 effect monsters back down to defense position for next turn if your opponent wants to do something with it or whatnot. Kind of stinks that you can't use it for material because the next effect, but that's fine. Second effect, during the main phase, you can reduce this card level by 2 or 4. I honestly don't know why you would ever not do 4.
Well, you could go for like a rank 4.
I guess you could go for rank 4, but if you're going to special summon crawler monsters, you'd have to have another rank 4 out that isn't the crawler monster.
Yeah, that's true.
So I
Like
don't know
Parallel Exceed.
why you'd ever. I mean, I guess this just gives you the option if you don't have the actual targets to do so.
Yeah, it's true too.
And I guess, like you're saying, I mean, it's just another way to have a different level. Maybe if you can get something else out there, you can change it. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Level 2 or 4, and if you do special summon crawler monsters with different names, whose total levels are equal to the levels reduced from your hand, deck, or graveyard in either face-up defense position or face-down defense position. Amazing. Absolute Link 3 right there
So good.
from this one card.
Yeah.
It's so good. And that's honestly what the deck needs a lot of the time. Like it feels really hard sometimes because if your opponent doesn't like give you exactly what you need with the effect of like a face down one that you set, and it's hard to get out multiple link monsters with this. So like even just having a link 2, and then having like a crawler out there on the board, not the worst thing. And then you have the level 9. If you can get the level 9 out there, like you could really be doing some damage.
Yeah. It's
I'm
very
excited.
cool. I wonder if it'll be used at all in that like B Trooper Battle Wasp deck. Because you could effectively run like 3 copies of this and then, like, at minimum 2 other crawlers, you know what I mean? And
Mm.
you could just, like, you know, normal summon an insect monster, flip it face down, and then just use this to get, like, generic insect, uh, on the field and, like, go into link summons and stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Well, I
Because
was
it is like a link 3 for anything, and it doesn't nothing's locking you into it.
yeah, it doesn't nothing locks you into the actual like what it
Yeah.
is, other
So
than the
it
fact that you
could
have to
help with
get
that B Trooper
crawlers.
deck. Yeah, it could end up helping that B Trooper deck.
Well, I was thinking also,
Maybe.
like, does this not just help like any face down deck for like Subterror? Could this like just be another option to like
Oh,
normal summon something and then this just set that or make that go face down? Like if you need it to go face down if something else fucks up, and then you just have a 2,000 on board.
yeah, that's true.
I
But
mean, I don't
you
know how
can't
often you do
change
that,
it
but
till the next turn.
your
So, like,
opponent would.
you can't really combo with it, you know what I mean?
Isn't there a card that like changes the battle position on the opponent's
No,
turn though?
it says you cannot. Oh, on your opponent's turn.
Yeah, on your
Yeah,
opponent's turn. Isn't
you
that
can
what
flip
that?
it you could flip it back up in your opponent's turn, but, like, for Subterror, all the Subterrors and the field spell let you flip them face down once per turn.
Mm.
So, like, it doesn't really help that, but, like, another deck, yeah. But, you'd have to have one of those traps or something like that to flip it. But,
Anyways, I know that was super
very
random,
cool.
but
Yeah, when I saw it, because I saw the M. Cole video, I almost thought it was a Mech Knight card. Like, something about, like, the art is, like, very on point with that, you know what I mean?
yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I
It
guess
is a little.
they are the same lore, I guess, so maybe, it is, like,
Maybe
supposed
it
to be
mated.
yeah, like a well, the crawlers, like, are parasites, they, like, infect the other things,
Mm.
you know what I mean? So that might just be like a maybe that's a new Mech Knight card coming out.
Oh.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine?
No, I can't imagine. I don't even want to think about it. Last thing before I kind of end it without even asking you.
That's
I
fine, I need food.
I think I maybe mentioned this in one of the videos, and I know we say that a lot, but I cannot remember. But another thing I fucking hate is this Hidden Arsenal Chapter 1 box.
I saw it today, and I just looked at it, and I was reading the side of the box, and I just was like, there's nothing.
Why would anyone buy this? The new rarity even sucks. It doesn't even look good.
I
It
didn't even
like
know there's new rarity.
it's not really. It's dual terminal rarity, but
Oh, yeah, so no.
it
They're bringing it
doesn't
back.
look the same. It's like because
Yeah.
I saw Team Sam was like actually comparing it to like what a dual terminal one looks like and what it looks like. It looks like a half-assed version of a dual terminal one. First of all, second of all, there's only two cards in here that I would say are worth getting. First of all, do we really need another Blue Eyes White Dragon dual terminal print? No, I don't care. I don't need it. I don't need another print like that. Second of all, do we need an Elemental Hero Stratos or a piled arm dragon maybe, but not the Elemental
What
Hero
is this?
Shining Flare Wingman.
Pile Arm Dragon? I've never seen this in my life.
It looks. I thought for a second. I think when I first saw it, I thought it was. It looks a lot like that
If you're
other
gonna say
dragon card.
Dark Arm Dragon,
Yeah.
it is the same art, just different hand.
Oh. Yeah.
You can send one other Wind Dragon monster, one other level 7 or higher dragon monster from your hand or graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand. You can send one Armed Dragon monster. Oh, it's Armed Dragon support. I guess that makes sense. Uh, you can send one Armed Dragon monster from your hand or deck to graveyard, except for this one. Then target one face-up monster you control. That targeted monster gains attack equal to the level of the monster sent by 300. And
But
you can
like
only attack with one monster. That card sucks dick.
I know it's an anime card, not that card. I know this is an anime. Stratos. I am looking right now. There is a Starlight rare, an Ultimate rare, the Ultra rare, a common, another Ultra rare. Now we have the dual terminal technology common. That's what they're calling this. Another rare, a common, a super rare, another common, an ultra rare, the premium gold rare, and then another common. Why do you need all these? I don't understand. Why is that necessary? It's just a waste. So this whole set is just a waste. There's nothing in here that is worthwhile. Oh man, I can't wait to get Waboku dual terminal style.
Yeah.
What a
These cards are
waste.
weird too. The prices are weird. Like, why? I mean, I know Cycle Reader's a good card, but like, why is there a new printing of Cycle Reader for $10? Like,
Wait, where's
who
that?
gives a shit? I'm high to low on just on the thing.
Where is it? Which one?
Ally or Gen X,
Oh,
Ally of Justice, whatever.
I see a
Uh,
$7 one.
I can't go back.
Not sure why.
I'm
Maybe
looking
it's
at
is it the
9.99.
only is it
Ally
the
of
only
Justice
one?
Cycle Reader. No, Cycle Reader's been around forever.
Get Cycle Reader. Oh wow, there is a
Yeah.
bunch of other copies. There's a, you know what? No, never mind. There's hidden the actual original. No, not that one. The OTS pack 3 has a dollar one, and then Hidden Arsenals 3, the original Hidden Arsenals, has a $2 copy in super rare.
So the original dual terminal ones are cheaper than this one.
Well, all the ones that came in dual terminal also, or on the dual terminal rare, came in a common copy too. So there's in this set, the one that we're talking about right now has a 60-cent version too. That's just a common.
Oh my god. Why make either of them?
Yeah, why make any of it? The only two cool things, like I said, the only two I was gonna say, the polymerization dual terminal. I think that's kind of cool, just because it's the old rarity, and there isn't that. That's kind of like a little bit different. And then the skill drain, like just because that now is at 3, that's kind of a bit important because all the other copies are expensive, but unless
Yeah.
they went down. But like, why was this even a set? I don't know. It just seems like a waste of people's time.
You know, at least they printed Armed Dragon support. I'm
At
seeing a
least,
second one too.
thank goodness. I don't know what I would have done without that.
Hey man, I like them kind of.
I'm sure you do.
A little bit sometimes.
Well, that's enough ranting for today. I feel like the entire video was just me complaining like a toxic Yu-Gi-Oh community member that I am.
Yeah, but sometimes we need that, you know.
Yeah, hopefully you need that too when you listen to this video and you complain with us. I want you bitching at the steering wheel, bitching in your bedroom, bitching while you're masturbating, bitching, okay? I just want you to be bitching, okay?
That was extremely weird.
What do you mean? The steering wheel or the bedroom?
Okay, catch us next time on
All right,
AV
yeah, we'll
Games.
see you next week.
Yeah, have a good one.
Okay, have fun masturbating.